Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome to another tarot reading from me. So today's topic is going to be on when and how are you going to meet your future spouse. This is not going to be like one of my usual very long readings. I'm going to try to keep this a little bit shorter and to the point. So as usual, I have 3 piles for you to choose from. I have chosen the crystals intuitively while meditating upon the question. And your first option is the green malachite. So pile number 1, you have this green malachite crystal. Pile number 2, you have this purple agate crystal. Pile number 3, you have this black onyx crystal. So this is for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals. I am going to add timestamps because I'm also going to be spending some time selecting a card for each crystal for those of you who want to also select with a card. So yeah, but this is for those of you who would like to choose with just crystals. Once again, you can pause the video if you need more time to decide. You can take some time to meditate upon the question, maybe address it to a higher power. Open your eyes after you have thought about it a little bit and then choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking it. And if you feel drawn to more than one pile, you are free to watch several or even all of them and just take whichever messages resonate. And before I sign off, I will remind you once again to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also click on the notifications bell if you want to be notified when I will post a new tarot reading. Thank you. Alright, so this is going to be the selection of the card. Let me see. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1, the people who chose the green malachite. When and how will they meet their future spouse? The people who chose pile number 2, the purple agate, when and how will they meet their future spouse? The people who chose the black onyx, when and how will they meet their future spouse? All right, please show me again, Spirit. When and how will pile number 3 meet their future spouse? All right. So pile number 1, you have this card with compassion. Pile number 2, you have this card with truth. Pile number 3, you have this card with healing. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit. Let's see if I can really get it to focus more. Okay. So once again, these are your options for people who would like to choose with a, sorry about the lighting. So if you would like to choose with a card as well as a crystal, once again, pile number 1, you have this card over here and or this green malachite crystal. Pile number 2, you have this card over here and or this purple agate crystal. Pile number 3, you have this card over here and or this black onyx crystal. All right. So these are your options. You can pause the video if you need more time to decide. Once again, my recommendation is that you take some deep breaths, you meditate upon the question, maybe address it to a higher power. Exhale longer than you inhale. That will help center you, calm you down. And once you have meditated for a few seconds, open your eyes and choose the first pile that stands out to you intuitively without overthinking or overanalyzing. And also, if you feel drawn to more than one pile, of course, you are free to choose several, watch several, or even all of the readings and just take whichever messages resonate. And before I sign off, I want to remind you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. It is the easiest way to support me and it is free. And also consider clicking on the notifications bell if you want to see when I'm going to post a new tarot reading. Thank you very much, and I will see you at your reading. Welcome, pile number 1. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with compassion and or the green malachite crystal. So I'm going to be taking my time a little bit because I will be shuffling live. I don't know if I'm going to add timestamps actually for this one because I'm only going to choose a few cards. So, but yeah, maybe I will. I'll see. Anyway, Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. When and how will they meet their future spouse? We got abundance. Okay, let me take one more. Spirit, what can you tell me for pile number 1? When and how will they... 1 just fell out. We have communication with number 10. Actually, interestingly, both of these numbers boil down to a number 1 in numerology, which is ruled by the sun in astrology. So maybe that is relevant. I'm going to see as I get other messages. So, Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. When and how will they meet their future spouse? Okay, so we have a confirmation of the communication already with the 3 of Pentacles. When and how is pile number 1 going to meet their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit, when and how is pile number 1 going to meet their future spouse? Tell me. The people who chose the green malachite. No. Tell me, Spirit, when is pile number 1 going to meet their future spouse? Oh, this one. All right. So let me see. So first of all, you have the 3 of Pentacles, which came out. And the second card is the 7 of Wands. The third card is the King of Cups. The 4th card is the 4 of Pentacles. And the 5th is the World. And the 6th is the 6 of Swords. I'm going to clarify. Please, Spirit, please clarify the 7 of Wands for me. Please clarify the 7 of Wands. Have the Queen of Wands. Okay. So, I see that when you meet this person, you're going to be focusing on learning and communication. So, any kind of circumstance, any kind of atmosphere where you're going to be learning and communicating. So, this could be like university, you taking a course, you know, starting a new job, an apprenticeship. It could be work, but I see that it's work with respect to, you know, like work circumstances that are connected to a new beginning. So like starting a career, maybe changing career. I see something like entry-level positions, you know, where you are basically learning the ropes. So I don't see you meeting this person, you know, at a time when you're going to be super established. This is what I see here with this card. And then I see that also you're going to be focused, very focused on your passions and your ambitions. And you're also going to be going through a time of significant stress. You're going to be feeling like you have to really fight for everything that you want. So you're basically going to be busy hustling. So I definitely get this energy of you being mainly focused on career or learning new things or... yeah, maybe going through school. I see that you're also going to meet this person when you're actually reaching a level of emotional maturity. So like when you have reached a level of, yeah, I see that communication is definitely very strong because we do have also this card with communication. And also the number 10 here on this card could be connected to the 10th house as well, which is the house of career. But I'm going to get some astrological notes as well at the end to get more confirmations about that. In any case, I see that you're basically going to be in a place where you're emotionally pretty mature. You know, like you have maybe gone through therapy or you have done a lot of introspection, maybe a lot of soul searching. You're in a place of emotional balance. So I don't see that you're going to be like, let's say, very needy or, desperate to get a relationship or something like that. You're going to be in a place where, I mean, sure, you might want a relationship, but at the same time, like, you know that you're going to be okay if you don't get one, you know, like, you have your own interests and things that you are going for. So I don't see you, like, being particularly focused on romance when you meet this person. So you're going to be going about your business, basically. And also, I see that, yeah, I mean, multiple confirmations, basically, that you're going to be focused on career. Another thing that I will say is that, see, you also have the second card that you have has abundance and also the number 1 on it. And then you have this 4 of Pentacles here. So this again shows me that when you meet this person, you're actually very focused on building a career, managing your finances, saving money, planning very well. So you're probably going to be, to be honest, I see that you're probably going to not be in a great place financially. So maybe you're going to be in a tight spot. You're going to be struggling. You're pinching a penny. Maybe you're going to be watching videos on YouTube about Great Depression cooking like I did when I lost my job. Like, just to give you an example. So basically, you're going to be going through this phase where you're very, very focused on, you know, how to manage your finances. It could also be that you're going to be stressed because of your finances. Yeah, I see this also with the 7 of Wands and also the 4 of Pentacles. And with the World here coming in, what I see is that there could be a problem at first with respect to this person coming from a different culture. There could be, like, either they're coming from a different culture, a very different background, or it could literally be that there is a significant physical distance between the two of you. So you could be from different countries, different cities, or something like that. So again, could be, again, that some of you are going to meet this person, let's say, online, see how this resonates, or it could be maybe while traveling, although I don't specifically see traveling. I also don't specifically see that it may not be a possibility, you know. So I told you what I did see, that this is going to be your mindset. You're going to be focused on career and stuff, you know. And ultimately, what I get here is the 6 of Swords. So ultimately, you're meeting this person. Basically, when you are leaving, that's another thing. With the World, you have an ending here. So with the World and the 6 of Swords right after, this shows me that you are meeting this person as you are leaving a painful chapter of your life. So again, it could be that you are changing jobs because there's a lot of focus on career and finances here. It could be that you're changing jobs. Maybe you are even changing professions, you know, like there's some kind of a significant change in your trajectory with respect to your overall life path and overall career and stuff. So yeah, this is the 6 of Swords. Actually, let me get a clarification. Spirit, please clarify the 6 of Swords for me, because I want to know. Oh yeah, the 9 of Swords. Oh, not making fun, because, yeah. But, again, this is a confirmation that you're meeting this person after a period of a lot of stress, to be honest. You know, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and because of the energy that I read here, we also have here compassion, which is, I mean, look at the symmetry between these cards, actually. You know, in both situations, you see a person that is kind of down, and, like, you get the impression, even in this card, that this is someone who is, you know, very, I mean, not very, but someone who's suffering somehow, like, definitely does not look like someone who's happy, you know what I mean? And then with the butterfly wings here, there's a message of transformation as well. So compassion can also be, again, in line with the King of Cups. This could be about you learning to love yourself. And I know that sounds like cliche, but this could literally be the situation. And irrespective, actually, whether it's just focusing on loving yourself or whether it's about you actually being humbled by maybe some painful experiences, you're going to be down in the dumps, really, like, for the most part. So yeah, I don't see that you're seeing this coming, or that you're going to be particularly focused on meeting someone when you actually meet this person, you know. So yeah, this is what I see through the cards. Let me get some astrological stuff now. Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. When and how will they meet their future spouse? When and how is pile number 1 going to meet their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. I think, okay, one more. Tell me, this one? I don't know about this one. Spirit, tell me, when and how is pile number 1 going to meet their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. Come on. Come on. I don't, wait. Tell me, Spirit, come on. When and how is pile number 1? Yeah. No, actually, I'm not sure about that one. This is weird, like normally, okay, this one. I go by feelings, by the way. Okay, we have Aries, the combative. 7 of Wands. Sagittarius, the world explorer, and the world card. Yeah, that goes hand in hand. We have Aquarius, the visionary. We have Chiron, inner healing. Okay, so that goes hand in hand with the compassion card. And let's see, last but not least, we have Mars, drive and power. That makes sense because, again, I would say that you're not going to meet this person, like I said, in a time when you're actually in the headspace of being super romantic. Because I'm seeing, again, these are predominantly masculine energies, except for Chiron, which is kind of like neither particularly masculine or feminine. There is a lot of Aquarius energy here, so this could mean, again, that with respect to your energy, you're going to actually be very independent. You're going to be very much focused on your independence and your own individuality and, you know, your own projects. And also because of the visionary energy here, this could literally be that you are chasing some kind of a plan, some kind of a vision or a dream that you have for yourself. With the Sagittarius, again, there is also a confirmation that this person could be coming from a foreign culture or a foreign land even, but then it could also be that there might be some traveling involved as well. Or it could be just contact with foreign cultures. So, like, for instance, it could be like you're taking an online course or even an internship or a job nowadays because there are many remote jobs, right? So this could be how you meet this person. And then with the Mars and the Aries, there's a strong message that, again, you are basically very focused on your own agenda. You know, like you're not very oriented towards relationships. The Mars energy is actually kind of confirming the 9 of Swords. The number 9 is actually ruled by Mars in numerology / astrology. So what I get with the Mars energy is that, again, this is going to be you in a time when you're very much focused on your own energy, developing your own projects, your own ambitions. Also, this could be a time when you are particularly physically active. This could be either because, let's say, you have to commute a lot or you have to, like, just exercise a lot for some reason. I don't know. It may not even be about moving around. It could be about moving around, but then it could also be about you, let's say, being fitness conscious or something. You're going to the gym a lot. And again, this could also hint more towards the actual circumstances surrounding the meeting. So with these energies, again, could be traveling. It could be also in places where you are in nature, doing outdoor stuff like, you know, hiking, trekking, stuff like that. It could also be areas where, let me put it to you like that, like, yeah, mountains, something like that. Could also be close to contained bodies of water. So that could be lakes, swimming pools, fountains, whatever. And also with the inner healing, this is a confirmation of what I said. I think that this is about you, you know, with the King of Cups, the compassion and the healing, the inner healing with the Chiron. This is about you meeting this person once you have done a considerable amount of, like, healing, and I think maybe going to therapy, depending on the situation, because it doesn't have to be that you have to go to therapy. It could have been just that you have done your own research maybe, and you have worked on yourself and worked on understanding yourself, yeah. And, you know, just you becoming more self-aware, basically. I've also brought the Astro dice, so let me get some more confirmation. Spirit, how is pile number 1 going to meet? How and when will pile number 1 meet their future spouse? So again, we have the number 1. So number 1, first of all, is also a confirmation of Aries, because Aries actually rules the first house, but then it's also a lot of sun energy as well. In any case, it's more confirmation of masculine energy. And we have Scorpio, which is a sign of transformation as well, and also rules psychology. And we have Saturn, which points towards a time of hardship and trials and tribulations. Also, Saturn can explain the Four of Pentacles, because this shows that you're not going to be in a great spot when you meet this person. You're going to be struggling, to be honest. This is mainly what I'm seeing here. Some of you more than others, you know. Also, the first house, I just want to say this, again, is a stronger confirmation. And also the Scorpio is more Mars energy. So both of these are confirmation that you could be meeting this person in any kind of activity involving the physical body. So this could be like going to the gym, or it could just be like in a time when you are particularly physical, you know, like you're going to the gym a lot, you're taking care of yourself, you're being active. And also with Scorpio, there is again that theme of healing, inner healing, of psychotherapy, of going within, transforming as well. So yeah, it's kind of like a time of transformation, honestly, between two states, like I said. So with the ending of a chapter here, I see that you're basically leaving something behind when you're meeting this person. And most likely it's going to be in a time when things are getting better, like slightly better, but they're still not going to be great. There's still kind of like a theme of, you know, struggle and maybe frustration and hardship in your life overall. All right, so let me get more. Last but not least, I got the nakshatras and the other astrological notes. So Spirit, tell me about pile number 1. How is pile number 1 going to meet their future spouse? How and when will pile number 1 meet their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. All right. I'm not sure about that one. Actually, this one feels right. All right. Let's see. We got Cancer. We got the Sun. All right, so that's a confirmation of what I was talking about with all the number 1s that showed up. And let's see what else. We have Sagittarius again. So that's a strong confirmation. Yeah, this person could be from a different culture, or again, it could be like some kind of a, you know, circumstance where you're dealing with foreign cultures. But Sagittarius can also mean like traveling, like I said, spending time in nature, hiking and all this stuff. And last but not least, can also have to do with education, like higher education, you taking courses, like I said, or teaching courses, depending on the situation, or learning about philosophy or religion or something like that. So we have strong confirmations in any case. We have Pushya, which is ruled by Saturn, falls in Cancer. So we have more of the Cancer here. And also Cancer can also show that, again, that, I mean, the Cancer is basically King of Cups energy, you know. It's a person who has reached a level of emotional intelligence and maturity where they are pretty self-aware. And then it also shows, though, that you could literally be meeting somewhere close to water. You know, so I'm see what I'm going to say. Oh my God, yeah, confirmations that you might meet close to the sea or something, because we have Revati. And Revati is also connected to travel as well. So the travel theme is pretty strong as well. We have Ashwini with Aries. All right, so more Aries, K2 energy. We have Purva Falguni with Leo and Venus. And we have Bharani. So here we have the death transformation energy. We have Kritika. Here we have more of the sun energy. And let's see, we still have a few. Uttara Falguni, which again is ruled by the sun. So a lot of sun energy. And yeah, falls in Leo and Virgo. Uttara Bhadrapada, which falls in Pisces. A lot of Pisces going on as well. Which is ruled by Saturn as well. We have Jyeshta with Scorpio. There's the transformation that I was talking about. And Uttara Shadha, last but not least, which is also ruled by the sun. So you literally have all of the sun-ruled nakshatras, all of the 3 sun-ruled nakshatras. And by the way, if you're thinking that I have pulled a lot of nakshatras, there's 27 of them in total. So this is still not that much considering that I'm reading for a lot of people. So let me try to break down additional messages here. What I see again with Giesta is that you're in a time, like you're going to meet this person in a time where you're basically hustling. Maybe you are really fighting to gain independence. So this might be especially relevant for people who have their own side hustle or their own business. But it does not necessarily have to be like that. It could also be that you're just very focused on, you know, developing yourself professionally. Giesta is basically an energy of the self-made individual, someone who's very ambitious. This could also show like really specifically, and in fact, now that I think about it, it's a confirmation of the Nine of Swords, because Giesta also shows problems with sleeping. So you could be meeting this person, again, it's really specific, but you could be meeting this person at a time when you're struggling with your sleep patterns, maybe you have insomnia, you know, the works. And of course, even more specifically, you could be meeting this person in any activity that has to do with these things, like, I don't know, at a sleep center, sleep treatment center, I don't know, something like that. Or you're trying to solve your sleeping patterns or something. Another thing is a theme of forests, a theme of deers and rabbits could be something connected to literally how you meet this person, but that is really specific, so I would not ask you to, you know, burden your memory with those details. With Revati, again, you could meet this person actually while air traveling, because Revati is very much connected to airplanes. And again, these nakshatras could also be prominent in either your horoscope or this person's horoscope. So Revati also shows a person who likes to travel. So maybe both of you like to travel. And maybe this person is a flight attendant or a pilot or has to do with something with air travel, literally. Or you could be having something to do with air travel. But then this is also a confirmation that you could be meeting online because of the Mercury energy. And with the Pisces energy, again, this could be about you meeting somewhere close to the sea or while traveling to the sea. Uttara Bhadrapada again brings themes of the sea. And this is also about meditation. So again, meditation, yoga, any kind of like study of metaphysical topics can also be connected to Uttara Bhadrapada. So again, like the compassion card suggested, like the Nine of Swords suggested, you could be really working on your inner landscape and maybe learning meditation, yoga, stuff like this. And again, this could also be literally connected to how you meet this person, like maybe meeting them at a yoga class or something. With the Leo energy, with all the sun energy actually, this is again showing that you're meeting this person at a time when you're definitely not focused on relationships as your #1 priority. You're focused on basically your own drive, your own determination, your own vision. And with the Kritika energy, you're going to be in a pretty no BS attitude, like not particularly diplomatic. You might even be rude to this person. This is really kind of maybe a little bit, again, specific, but it could very much be because there's like this energy of agitation and hurry about you where you may not even notice this person really at first, and you could end up actually being critical or even rude to this person. Also, there could be a theme of fire connected to, like maybe you could meet this person at a barbecue or I don't know, someplace, even, I don't know, somewhere where candles are burning, like at a temple or something. You could also meet this person in any activity connected to cooking or weapons. Let's see what else. We have Pushya, which is nourishing and nurturing again. So there is again this theme of like potentially psychotherapy for some of you. But again, Pushya is more about the healing and the compassion from my perspective. So it could just be that, again, it's a confirmation of you being in a more healed state and focused on yourself, focused on, you know, being compassionate towards yourself. With Bharani, there's definitely a theme of death transformation. So very specifically, I mean, you could actually meet this person in some area that is really connected to death. Hopefully not, but you never know. And with Barney, there's also a theme of moral something, anything to do with like moral activities, like let's say social work, volunteering, the legal system. So this could literally be ways in which you meet this person. Anything to do with eating or cooking, like I said. One or both of you could be self-employed. There is a strong indication of that. And or one or both of you could be someone who is a very sharp, not just a sharp thinker, but someone who has, you know, kind of a, I don't know how to say it in English, actually. Someone who has, yeah, no, actually I do, a sharp tongue. Yeah, someone who has a sharp tongue, as in you could be, both of you could be rude, maybe, towards one another without even realizing it. And with Purva Falguni, there is a theme that you could be meeting this person. For some of you, it could be like you actually meet this person in a time of relaxation. And like Purva Falguni is literally connected to a bed or a hammock. And I know that that's very specific. So obviously not all of you are going to meet this person in a bed, hopefully. But like, again, this could lead me to think of something like meeting the person online and you're sitting on your bed when you meet them. Or it could be that you just meet them in a time of relaxation, you know, like when you're just focused on your hobbies and relaxing, you know, just being in the flow, doing something you really enjoy, and you're maybe in a bit of a romantic mood as well, even though the rest of the cards say that you're generally, so your overall energy is definitely going to be more focused on your money and your career, but this could show that you meet in a moment of, you know, pleasure and relaxation. So this could also show that you can meet them at anything to do with your hobbies, things that you do for fun, you know, or anything to do with beauty and arts. All right. So this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. Also comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give, ideas for future topics that you would like me to cover. And if you're also interested in supporting my channel further, you can do so by clicking on the join button and paying a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks. If you're also interested in getting a private tarot reading, check out my video description. You can find my contact information there. And if you are curious, I can also send you some sample readings if you want to see them. And I've also left a link to reviews that I have gotten for private readings before right in the video description, so you can check that out as well. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel where I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but also with some tropical insights, because I have more than 20 years of experience already in astrology, mainly in Vedic right now. Actually, I would say like I spent equal amounts of time on both Vedic and tropical, but for the past 10 years or so, I've definitely been more focused on Vedic astrology. So yeah, if you're curious to check out my astrology channel, check out the video description as well. Maybe subscribe to that channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with the word truth and or this purple agate crystal. And yeah, I'm going to be getting straight into it. I don't know if I'm going to add timestamps because this is going to be like shorter than usual. Shorter than usual, but it's still going to take some time. Alright, so Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. When and how are they going to meet their future spouse? Tell me about pile number 2, Spirit. When and how is pile number 2 going to meet their future spouse? So we have message of freedom, and we have it's not me. Nice. I mean, I have some ideas, but I'm going to shut up. I see the number 8, and I see the number 38 on the other one. So number 8 is a repeating theme. That's some Saturn energy going on. And then we have the number 11 in numerology. So we have some Moon Saturn energy already. Message of freedom. Okay. So I'm going to see what else is coming out. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. When and how will they meet their future spouse? Tell me about pile number 2. When and how will they meet their future spouse? Too many. This is too many. So yeah. Tell me about pile number 2. Oh my god. Okay. So this one really wanted to jump out. So I don't know, like, should I take this one? I'm going to take it. I don't know. I know. I mean, it did jump out, so I'm going to take it. We have the 7 of Wands, and we have the 3 of Cups, and we have the Magician. So let's see. Spirit, tell me, how is pile number 2? How and when will pile number 2 meet their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. When and how is pile number 2 going to meet their future spouse? When and how is pile number 2 going to meet their future spouse? We have Page of Wands. We have the Emperor. We have Temperance. All right, so pile number 2. I see that when you meet this person, you're going to be going through, there is a little bit of similar vibe to pile number 1. So if you felt drawn to it, maybe check it out. But if you didn't feel drawn to it, you don't have to bother. Otherwise, though, I can see that you're going to be in a space of a lot of stress. Maybe you're going to be going through a lot of competition. I see a time potentially of a lot of inner turmoil as well. I just realized that there is a bit of a symmetry here between these 2 cards, because here we have like a giant and a smaller person, and like kind of facing each other. All right, so this could also be like you're going through a lot of introspection. I mean, this is really specific, but for some of you, this could be something major. Like, I'm talking about, you know, serious childhood traumas or things that you have gone through, and you're going to be going through a process of really analyzing yourself when you meet this person. Like, you're going through deep introspection, maybe regularly going to a therapist, maybe even going through some kind of, you know, psychiatric help, like you're taking medication or something. This, I mean, again, this is a message that is very specific, and I'm sure it's just for some people that are going to be watching this, but there is kind of like a strong message here of like introspection. I'm getting hypnotherapy for some of you, you know, if you're going through that or have gone, or maybe at some point you're going to go through it, you know, because again, I'm talking, see, again, I should have mentioned this from the beginning, but when I say when you're going to meet your spouse, I'm not going to talk about actual dates unless something particularly stands out. Mainly, I'm talking about a stage of your life. So like where you're going to be with respect to your energy, your development, stuff like that. So this is the main energy that I'm getting, actually, with respect to like where you're going to be mentally and emotionally. Let me clarify this, actually. Spirit, please clarify the 7 of Wands for me. Please clarify the 7 of Wands for me in this spread for pile number 2. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. So we have 2 pages going on. Yeah, Page of Pentacles. So you're going to be chasing the coin, basically. So I see that for a lot of you, see, this could be literally about introspection, most likely, but for a lot of you, this is a struggle connected very directly to finances and career. You know, like, again, it could be that you are just starting a new career, just starting a new job, maybe starting courses, you're planning on changing trajectories financially. Or it's just that you're going to be focused on your finances and your profession when you meet this person. And this is, again, more specific. Some of you are chasing a side hustle, or you have some kind of idea that you want to implement with respect to your career and your finances. The general energy, actually... It's like, I'm sorry, because I am getting a little bit of a contradictory energy here, because on the one hand, we have this like inner, actually maybe not contradictory, because if you're going through the emotional turmoil, psychological thing, actually, I mean, again, this is going to sound very specific, but the strong message that I'm getting is Some of you may have been people that did not have a good childhood at all. You did not have a good childhood. You did not have, you know, a good upbringing. And you're actually going to be going through a process of, you know, rediscovering fun. You're going to be like in touch with your inner child. This could literally be that, again, you're working on healing childhood traumas, and maybe you are even learning about how to parent yourself and how to heal the inner. So the camera stopped a little bit, so I'm sorry about that. I lost my train of thought a little bit. And this candle is like smoking me into a smoked ham. Anyway, will not dwell. So basically what I was saying is, yeah, I do feel like you're getting back in touch with what you want to do to be happy. Like, this could be like an overall rethinking of your life trajectory, like I said. So it could be something major for some of you, like you're, you know, starting a new career, a new job or something. You're learning new skills. But for others, I mean, in general, irrespective of that, actually, it's just about you making time to have fun and like rediscovering what you used to enjoy. For instance, maybe as a kid, and you have basically cast aside for a long time for various reasons. And it's also a time of you maybe reconnecting with old acquaintances, with old friends. This could literally be about you are going to meet this person again, very specifically. You might be meeting this person as you are planning to go meet someone else, you know, like, again, this could be like going to a reunion, going to a party. I see that it's mostly informal, so like things that you would do for fun, but this could even be something like maybe more formal for some in this situation. So these are going to be like your overall vibes when you're going to meet this person. But in any case, your main energy is going to be focused on friendships and having fun and relationships. And there's kind of like this energy of not thinking too much in the long term, you know. Maybe because, again, you're going to prioritize your healing and you're going to be in this energy of taking it easy, you know. I'm getting that song. There was this old song in the 90s, Take It Easy. I don't remember what it was like. I don't know, but that just played in my head. Anyway, so we have the third card is the Magician. Right. With the Magician here, yeah, this is, I mean, as I progress with the cards, the message is basically getting clearer and clearer that you're going to be going through a stage of reclaiming your power, your agency, your basically control over your life. You're like in a stage of like trying to, again, redirect, you know, like it's like you're in, maybe you are shortly following a stage of confusion, or you have gone through, like I said, some kind of breakthrough with respect to understanding yourself and your psychology that has led you to have to rethink everything about, like, rethinking your direction. So this, I'm getting this image of, you know, a ship at sea that is trying to gather direction, you know, try to figure out where the, I don't know, like back in the old days where the North Star is or whatever, you know, trying to get direction. So you're basically really focused on, you know, gaining a sense of agency, a sense of power over yourself. And again, this is really specific, but for some of you, this could be about you getting more and more into some kind of an occult practice. So this could be about Wicca. This could even be something like tarot, astrology, but it could be something where it's some kind of a spiritual practice, yes, but a kind of spiritual practice that is focused on, you know, strengthening your belief in yourself and your sense of control and power over your own life. So I'm really getting Wicca. Like, it makes me think of Thelema, actually, by, you know, the crowd. I don't know if you've heard of Aleister Crowley and the Thelema. Obviously, that's very specific, and I'm sure that some people haven't even heard of it. But it could be something like that. It's like you're very focused on, you know, your willpower. It's kind of like, gives me a feeling of someone who, you know, maybe has been a people pleaser, or someone that has been walked over by people in their lives and their family to such an extent that you lost sight of who you really were. And now you're kind of like waking up slowly, as if you're waking up out of a coma. And this is the general vibe you're going to have, actually, when you meet this person. This is going to be the stage of your life. And we have the Page of Wands here. Yeah, definitely. I also get this with all the page energy. I mean, you have 2 pages here, okay? So we have the Page of Pentacles that clarify the 7 of Wands, and we have the Page of Wands. So first of all, this is going to be a time of a reawakening of passion. So again, it gives me this energy of you going back to what it is that makes you happy, maybe getting in touch with your inner child, with your enthusiasm for life. And your overall focus is going to be on, you know, it's kind of like, makes me feel like you're going to feel almost like a kid again in some ways. You know, you're like rediscovering life with fresh eyes, maybe after clearing out a lot of trauma. You know how some people, if they were severely traumatized, especially if it happened in childhood, they internalize the voices of their parents, and they internalize their parents' entire personality to the point where they lose track of their own individuality. So this is why, what I'm saying, like, I'm getting this sense of like somehow you're, you know, waking up like an alien that was just dropped on this planet, and now you have to figure out, it's like you're seeing everything with new eyes, you know what I mean? What I see here with the Emperor, though, this one is interesting, actually. I'm getting that there could be something getting in the way of you meeting this person. And the something, this could literally be someone that might be getting in the way of, either getting in the way of the meeting of this person, or somehow might create obstacles in the pursuit of this person, or might create obstacles, you know, in this relationship, in this connection. So the Emperor speaks of a person of authority. This could be like a patriarchal figure, like a father figure. Literally, it could be a father figure. It could also be just the powers that be, you know what I mean? Like, it could be something to do with the, I mean, very specifically, it could be the legal system. It could be actual people in authority. But I feel like most likely, for most of you, this is about tradition. I feel like this is some kind of like traditions could be standing in the way of this connection. Yeah, and the outcome here, that being the Temperance, this makes a lot of sense, to be honest, because, I mean, very specifically, again, for some of you, this could be that you're going to be with a person that is outside of your race and outside of your culture. And that could really make sense, again, with the Emperor showing up here. But it doesn't automatically mean that necessarily that. This could also just be that the ultimate outcome is about you being balanced. You know, you're also going to meet this person in a time when you're basically finding your true, authentic self. Like your voice, your own voice, you know what I mean? So basically, you're meeting this person at a time when you're finally letting go of these authoritative figures. I really feel like this could be a parent figure, you know, like, or the voices in your head that have been criticizing you and maybe putting you down and trying to control you. But for some of you, this could literally be someone like a real flesh and blood person, some kind of figure of authority, person who maybe has some control or power over you that might be creating obstacles. So yeah, but the ultimate outcome is you're going to be meeting this person when you are balanced, and when you basically learn to ignore authorities and people that try to control you, and instead basically find your own voice and focus on your true path spiritually. This is about listening to the inner voice. I know it sounds very cheesy, but it's about authenticity. And very specifically, this could be literally about you carving a niche for yourself, you know? So this could be like maybe with respect to your work, that you find some kind of work that is maybe not 100% conventional, but it's something that really represents you, and where you get to maybe blend different kinds of skills that may seem like they don't really have anything in common. And yeah, somehow you will have some kind of a creative development. With the number 14 here, though, there's also a message that you're going to meet this person basically at the ending of a karmic cycle, but that doesn't really help people much because you can't really know when the karma is up. I'm just trying to say that this could be about, you know, especially for people that have been single for a very long time, this could be a sign that you were meant to be single for some very specific karmic reasons. Like, either you had to pay off some, you know, past life karma, or you're, like, waiting for a certain person. But, again, these are more detailed things I wouldn't get into in a general reading. But this is pretty much what I get from the cards, really. So, let me see some astrological notes, some astrological cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. When and how will they meet their future spouse? When and how is pile number 2 going to meet their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. When and how is pile number 2 going to meet their future spouse? Okay. So let's see. We have Cancer, the caring. We have Mars, drive and power. Y'all, like, these two I think came out for pile number 1. Scorpio, the mystic. Yeah. So definitely if you feel drawn to pile number 1, check it out, but only if you feel drawn to it. Again, we have 10th house, career and success. Yeah, so we have confirmations here. And we have Mercury, mind and speech. Does not surprise me, because I was thinking about this, like, number 14 here. You have number 14, boils down to a 5, and that's actually ruled by Mercury. So anyway, we have confirming repeated energies here. So with Scorpio, there is a message of transformation. With Mars, there is a message of drive and power. And Mercury is about analytical thinking, and it's also about communication, and it's also about studying. So this could, again, show very strongly for some of you that you could meet online, but this also generally means that you're going to meet at a time when you're studying, when you're being like an apprentice. You're basically being, yeah, this is like page of wands, page of pentacles energy, you know, like you're some kind of at the beginning stages, you're a little bit of a Peter Pan stage, you know. And again, this is irrespective of your age. This is just showing that you're going to be in a time and space in your life when you are maybe starting over. Even for some of you, like, for some reason, it could be you feel like you're starting over, either because you were forced by circumstances or because you wanted to, you know, like, again, you may have changed careers, or you're learning new skills, you're starting a new job, maybe you're even moving to a new place, although that's not an equally strong message here. Yeah, but some kind of a new energy, a new fresh energy. And communication is somehow going to be important. This could also be that you could meet this person through younger siblings, or commuting, you know, like short distance travel within your city, or, you know, just outside of your city. And it could also be, like I said, online environment. Could also be your neighborhood. Like, you could meet this person through your neighborhood. With the 10th house, again, you could be meeting this person through career. Either your career or their career. Yeah. And I feel like also the 10th house especially is connected to a certain level of stability and or, you know, how should I put it? I guess financial success, career success. So one or both of you could be in a stage where you are pretty established, you know, career-wise. And with the Mars as a Scorpio energy, so this could be, again, about transformation, psychological work, especially because Scorpio is very much connected to psychology. It's connected to research and, you know, digging deep into yourself. And oh my God, I did say that we have the number 8 here. I mean, number 8 is also connected to Scorpio because it's the 8th house, or the 8th sign of the zodiac. And yeah, look at the message here. It's not me. And message of freedom on this other card with 38, which boils down to a number 11 in numerology, which is a master number that is connected to spirituality. So there's a very, very strong repeated theme that you're going through some kind of psychological healing. This could be about you with an "it's not me" message. Is definitely a strong message for some of you that you are processing some kind of major hurts in your life. And, you know, going through this kind of purging of the past and past hurts and healing your wounds and stuff. So, yeah, I do see there's a lot of, like, emotional intensity going on, actually. And you're going to have, like, this rich inner, you know, not necessarily inner conflict, but there's a lot of inner work being done, you know. So, I feel like it also, because there's so much focus on the interior life or the inner life, just could seem on the surface as you're not doing that well, actually, financially or career-wise, for some of you. For others of you, this could actually be when you reach a certain level of stability with respect to your career. But even in that situation, you still would have to go through all the stuff that I talked about. With the Mars energy, you could be meeting this person while, again, being assertive, focusing on assertiveness, and, you know, being more physically active, and focusing on your own development, basically, as opposed to being, you know, in a more diplomatic, open energy. And the Cancer, the caring, again, makes me think that, again, this could also be that you meet this person through the mother, the country of origin. Could be real estate, like a restaurant, something to do with cooking. But I think for most of you, this is just a confirmation that you're going to be focusing on emotional healing of childhood wounds, because Cancer is very much connected to the early life environment, and especially the mother energy in a person's life. All right, so let me get the dice for more confirmation. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. How and when will they meet their future spouse? Oh my God, we have the moon. We have the moon, which is a confirmation of Cancer energy. And we have the number 6, the 6th house, which is the house of health. And we have, again, Scorpio. Scorpio also came out for pile number 1, but in your case it came out twice, so it's a particularly strong energy here. So a lot of Scorpio. So like I said, there's definitely some kind of psychological stuff going on, because Scorpio is very much the sign of psychology. It's also connected to sexuality, but everything kind of like dark, hidden, taboo is connected to Scorpio. And then it's also the sign of transformation. So there's some major transformative activity going on in your life, like it's happening on a deeper level when you meet this person, or around the time when you meet this person. And with the number 6, this could show that in your case, you are particularly focused on being of service. So this could be about having a job, but this could also be about you wanting to help others. Let's say you get involved in volunteer work. And it could also be about health, because the 6th house is about health or pets, animals with the 6th house. So it could be that, again, it's a confirmation with the Mars that maybe some of you are going to be very health conscious when you are going to meet this person. This could also show that you are going to meet this person through your daily routines, because the 6th house is daily routines. It could mean the job in the situation where you have a job and it's like a 9 to 5 regular hours sort of job. Basically anything that becomes a routine in your life is the 6th house. So this could be how you meet this person. So if you go to the same coffee shop, I don't know, every Friday morning, this could be how you meet this person, for instance, and or like I said, anything to do with healthcare. Okay, and we have the moon, which is a confirmation of what I said. The moon is, all right, there's another message that I'm getting here with the moon, but it's going to be very specific. This could be that, either you're going to dream about this person, or it could be that you have a very strong intuitive feeling when you meet this person for the first time. It's like, it may not be that it's going to be love at first sight or something. It's just that when you see them or when you meet them for the first time, you could just be thinking that, you could be having some kind of strong emotional reaction, to them. This is what I'm feeling here with the moon energy. Pretty much this is what I get. So let me get more here. More indicators. Spirit, tell me about pile number 2. When and how are they going to meet their future spouse? Tell me. When and how is pile number 2 going to meet their future spouse? So let's see. You got, okay, pile number 1 got a lot more nakshatras than you. We have Uttara Bhadrapada in Pisces. Okay. We have Chitra, which is ruled by Mars, falls in Virgo and Libra. So we do have that Virgo Mercury energy going on a lot. We also have Dhanishta, which is ruled by Mars. So here we have the Mars going on. Actually, you have enough nakshatras now that I think about it. We have Swati Nakshatra falling in Libra, ruled by Rahu. We have Hasta, okay? A lot of Virgo, as you can see. I think like almost all the Virgo, almost all of it is covered here. So I'm going to break it down when I open all of them because you have a lot here. We have Pisces, okay? Pisces is going on. We have Taurus. Interesting because Taurus is where the moon is exalted. We have Venus. We have Aries, so more of the Mars energy. We have the moon, third time, you know, third time as an energy, right? Second time as a planet. We have Rahu with the North Node, like I said. So Rahu is a confirmation about, for some of you, this person is from a different background. We have Jupiter. So you have like almost every planet here, I'm pretty sure. We have Aquarius. Also more Rahu energy. We have Capricorn. That explains the 10th house coming out. And we have Saturn. So more of the 10th house, more of the Capricorn going on. So let me break down all the different influences that I'm seeing here. You could meet this person online. It's a very strong possibility for you because you have both Rahu and Mercury energy. Rahu is about technology. It's also about foreign places, foreign people, everything that is kind of exotic and potentially taboo. And Rahu is also kind of similar to Uranus in tropical astrology in the sense that it creates chaos. So this could be about you meeting in, again, a time of chaos and turmoil and all this, which is already kind of explained through the rest of the spread. And yeah, with Saturn, which I said, like, Saturn has already shown up because the number 8 showed up twice in the oracle cards, and the number 8 in numerology is ruled by Saturn, basically. So this is like these are like slightly contradictory energy. So I think either for some of you, but I think it's like for most of you, okay, let me do a more generalized statement that covers everything. It's like just the fact that you're going to be going through a lot of ups and downs, I think, right before you meet this person, and maybe right around the time you meet this person. This is not going to be maybe a time when you're very established for most of you. For some of you, like I said, it could literally be, though, that you're going to meet this person when you are reaching a point that is more developed, more stable in your career and your finances, especially when it comes to like social approval and respectability, you know, like once you gain more status, let's say, you get more status, yeah, that could be the case. And with the Jupiter, you can meet this person through any kind of learning activity, any kind of like studying, either you're studying or you're teaching. It could also be about travel and foreign cultures. It could also be about work. You know, Saturn is also just about work. So work, cleaning, and this is really specific. It could be that you meet at night. This person, you could be meeting them at night. And with Venus, you could be meeting them through any kind of artistic pursuits. You could be meeting through some kind of mutual female acquaintance. Either like a sister figure, but then actually there are multiple indicators. So you could be through a sister figure, but then you could also be through your mother or through some kind of a mother figure. And then you could also be meeting through like a brother or some kind of formal environment, you know, through work, like I said, or just something very formal, maybe even involving the justice system. For some of you, you could be meeting through organized religion. Yeah, we also have Pisces, which is very focused on faith. You could also be meeting while pursuing any kind of hedonistic pursuit, you know, like basically focusing on, I don't know, like your pleasure. I mean, you could be focusing on food, for instance, or beautifying yourself could also be a thing because we have Venus energy. So Venus is very much connected to beauty and arts and stuff like that, like sugar, spice, everything nice. So I don't know, you could be meeting this person at a beauty salon, for instance, or while getting some kind of cosmetic treatments. This could also be, though, that you meet through any kind of activity involving money. So again, working at a bank, going to the bank, I don't know, asking about contracts could be a thing. with the hasta energy, this could be that you meet this person through any kind of activity involving imagination and the hands. So again, this is really specific, but it could be like, let's say you're learning to play an instrument, or you are playing an instrument, or they're playing an instrument, or you could be going to a magician's show, and this is how you meet this person, because hasta rules the hands and magic tricks to a large extent. Or you could be, let's say, going to play ping pong with a friend, and that's how you meet them. So any kind of activity that heavily uses the hands, but then again, this is the third confirmation that some of you are definitely going to meet this person online, because hasta is also about, you know, typing. So, and then with Swati energy, this is again a strong confirmation that you could be meeting online as well. Because Swati very much is connected to things like social media, having visibility, stuff like this. But again, this could also mean that you meet through social media for some of you, especially if you have a platform and you have visibility, or they could have visibility. I also get like Dhanishta and Swati showing up. I mean, and Chitra, these nakshatras are very connected to basically fame. So it could be that for some of you, either you or them, they have some kind of huge visibility, you know, like, again, so it could be an indicator that you meet through some kind of social media platform. You approach them, they approach you, or something. Or it could be like a professional thing. I don't know, let's say you want to, I don't know, find a lawyer or something, or find a dermatologist, and you search for them online, and that's like your first interaction with them. And I don't know, and later you get married, basically. Basically is what I'm trying to say. Also with Dhanishta energy, you know, music and dancing, and it's kind of a confirmation as well as of the Taurus and the Venus. Music and dancing could be somehow connected to how you meet this person. So we have repeated themes of music already. So if you're someone who loves going to concerts and stuff, this could be a strong confirmation about how you're going to meet them. And we have Chitra, which is very kind of connected to visual arts, photography, videography. So again, there is this kind of like, you know, energy of maybe some of you are content creators, or they're content creators. And somehow that's how you get together, through an online medium. But for some of you, more specifically, this could literally be like you're attending a course on photography, or something like that. Or again, you could be going to a photographer's business and, you know, I don't know, end up marrying them, basically. Uttara Bhadrapada, we have the Saturn energy and the Pisces energy. So Pisces can also show that you might meet this person somewhere close to the sea. And the Uttara Bhadrapada energy can also speak of yoga, meditation, going within. So again, this would make sense considering the rest of the reading and the cards that came out about some of you going through healing and processing the stuff that has happened in your life. But then it also can literally be things like you are attending a yoga class and you meet this person like this, or any kind of like spiritual practice, especially something to do with meditation, you know, anything that has to do with like quieting the mind and increasing, you know, self-awareness and self-control. That could be very much connected to Uttara Bhadrapada, as well as any kind of occult energy. And yeah, oh my god, I don't believe that I haven't made the connection until now, but you did get the Magician card. You got the Magician card, and then Scorpio came out twice. So yeah, there's like, for some of you, it's like occultism is a thing. Maybe you're into Wicca or something, or they're into Wicca, you know, or some kind of spiritual practice that is maybe more taboo, you know, could be involved in how you meet them. So yeah, this is pretty much what I have for you, pile number 2, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video, and comment in the comment section with any feedback you would like to give, or ideas for future readings that you would like me to cover on my channel. Also, if you would like to support my channel further, you can click on the join button and choose to support me through a small monthly fee in exchange for some perks, which are detailed when you press on the join button. And if you're interested in getting a private tarot reading from me, you can find my email address in the video description. You can email me for a pricing list and reading options. And then I have also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private readings before. If you're curious to see them, go ahead and check them out. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel. I focus mainly on Vedic astrology, but I also have experience in tropical astrology, so over 20 years in total of experience in astrology. And for the past 10 years or so, I mainly focus on Vedic astrology. This is why I get into nakshatras and stuff like this. But yeah, if you're interested in astrology, go ahead and check out my channel, which I will be linking in the video description. Maybe subscribe to it. I would greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope to see you at my next tarot reading. Bye! Welcome, pile number 3. This is your reading if you have chosen this card over here with healing and or the black onyx card. So this is going to be the card selection phase. And again, I'm not sure that I'm going to add timestamps because this is going to be like a pretty short selection. Right. So I'm going to get straight into it. Spirit. Actually, let me get some oracle cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. When and where will they meet their future spouse? I already got 2 cards right off the bat. Anger, number 9. All right, so that's a number ruled by Mars. We have 21, burden of tears, number ruled by Jupiter. So interesting, burden of tears. All right, so we do have the healing card. It's all falling into place already. Let me get some cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. When and where will they meet their future spouse? Tell me, Spirit. Spirit, when and where will pile number 3 meet their future spouse? We have the 2 of Swords. We have the 3 of Cups. We have the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the 7. Oh my God, y'all. I mean, obviously, I am, I have a certain collective that is regularly watching my videos because there are similar energies in like each reading, each of the 3 piles. And this card came out in each of the 3 piles, but I'm not going to get into details, and it doesn't really matter because there are going to be different interpretations anyway. It's just that there's already kind of like similar themes, So if you felt drawn to any of the previous piles, do make sure to check them out because there might be messages in there for you. But anyway, so what I can tell you, actually, let me clarify. Let me clarify the 2 of Swords. Spirit, clarify the 2 of Swords for me. Oh my God, we have the 3 of Cups again. Are you kidding me? All right, clarify the other side of the 2 of Swords. Wow, the Lovers. Holy crap. This is a very specific message that I'm getting here, pile number 3. I'm getting that when you meet this person, I mean, obviously, I think one obvious explanation is that you're leaving a long-term relationship. You could be meeting this person when you are, so either when you are just considering leaving, so you might actually still be in a relationship when you meet this person. I'm getting that with the Lover's energy. And you're focusing on, you're kind of like on the fence about it. You're like thinking about, should I leave this long-term relationship? And should I pursue the possibility of happiness, or should I stay in a long-term relationship? Oh my God, that makes a lot of sense because we do have anger and burden of tears there. And it's interesting also that you have burden of tears with number 21, like I said, and then you also have the number 3 here. You have a lot of number 3s, which is Jupiter energy. We have 3 of Cups coming out twice, and the 3 of Pentacles as well. A lot of Pentacles as well. This is like wild, really. I mean, not entirely. It does happen that people meet a significant other when they are actually in a relationship or just freshly out of a relationship. So like I said, you know, I feel like for most of you, you actually might be meeting this person when you're still sort of involved with someone else. So like either you're literally still involved or you're not entirely over a previous partner. And you're kind of like sitting on the crossroads here. Yeah, like, should I pursue my freedom? Like I said, so should I pursue my freedom and my personal vision of happiness and, you know, just take whatever I can get, and or, you know, risk everything and stay in the comfort of a long-term relationship, even when it doesn't really make me happy anymore? Had to pause a bit. So anyway, this is what I was saying. So some of you could still be in a relationship, or like I said, you're like on the fence about something. So this is going to be the general state that you're going to be in when you meet your future spouse. And your plans actually, oh my God. Yeah, your plan actually is leaning, I mean, obviously, if this person is going to become your future spouse, the plan is going to be that you're going to be leaving this person. So it could be for some of you that you're actually going to leave a relationship with your future spouse in mind. Although that's very specific and quite rare, I think for some of you that could actually be the case. For others of you, though, this may not even be about a relationship. It could actually be about you deciding to go for more spiritual pursuits and, let's say, prioritizing friendship and seeking like-minded individuals, opening up socially, you know, so like going through a phase where you're really focused on living in the now, you know, also kind of like, I guess, what some people might call the soft life, quote unquote. So, you know, you're more focused on just having a good time, relaxing, you know, maybe just focusing on your relationships, but not necessarily very focused on romantic relationships, unless you're talking about the people that are going to actually leave a partner for this person, which could happen. But for some, this could, like I said, it may not be that you're particularly focused on relationships. You're just focused on, let's say, carpe diem, you know, like enjoying the moment. And yeah, I see that some of you are actually going to meet this person while pursuing an education or while starting a job. But I feel like it's like in the entry stages of a job for most of you. Or it could be, yeah, so it could be like, let's say, shortly after you start a new job, a new position at a company. And somehow communication is very important with respect to how you meet this person. Communication and education. You're also going to be focused on increasing your wealth. But it's not just about increasing your wealth. Like, I'm really getting the soft life with this group, and I'm not judging or anything. I feel like many of you, again, have been through some stuff. I'm seeing mostly heartache here, like maybe even romantic disappointments happening in your life. And I think you're going to be going through a phase of really just taking care of yourself. You know, this is also why we have healing. So the healing here is taking the energy of kind of Venusian stuff, you know, so pampering yourself, taking it easy, not rushing, being kind with yourself, being understanding with yourself, you know, all of this stuff. This is what is showing up here. So this is going to be like your general energy, your mindset when you meet this person. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sorry that I mean, the symbolisms here of divorce are just insane. I mean, some of you literally, you're going to divorce. So this could be like either you're divorcing, honestly, or they could be divorcing. You know, like there's a theme of a third party here. And the reason I got this again very strongly is because you have the Queen and the King of Pentacles. Okay. And one of them is you. And the other one is the obstacle. So how much more obvious could Spirit be? Like, Spirit is literally like, look, Karen, I gave you all the signs. Like, I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. So there's a strong message definitely for some of you that there's some kind of a third party here. So when you meet this person, again, some relationship has to end or some relationship has just ended. It could be, you know, it could go either way, or maybe it could be very rarely, but it could be that both of you are in relationships, you know, or prior engagements. So there's a male figure that is going to be like an obstacle here. I'm seeing, you know, scenes. I don't know if you know that comedy show. Actually, I don't know if it was on Saturday Night Live, but there was this like soap opera called Que Hora Es, which is basically Spanish for what time is it? And it's really funny because I recently watched that and I just, you know, laughed my butt off. It made me think of that, like, this is what I'm getting, like the jealous husband, you know, like opening the door to the church in a soap opera and saying that I object to the marriage, you know. Like, I mean, there could be some kind of third party situation. And because we have the Queen and King of Pentacles here, this is someone that you have, either you or this person, like I said, has a joint finances situation. This is what makes it very difficult. There's some kind of financial, you know, dependency happening. Even if it's not like complete financial dependency, there's a strong intertwining of resources between these two partners. So there's like an obstacle standing in the way to this relationship with the third party situation. But eventually you're going to marry this person, because the question is, how and when are you going to be the future spouse? But here's the interesting thing. See, for you, you have the Seven of Wands as the last card. Like the other ones had it, you know, in the first three. And the Seven of Wands is basically conflict, you know. So the outcome is that already when you start this relationship, there's going to be some turmoil going on. There's going to be some turmoil going on. And conflict can even be, and it's interesting also we have the 7, which makes me think of the 7th house, you know, in this situation, because there's so many repeated themes of, we also have the number 6, which is Venus. But you know what? Wait, let me get a card to clarify, because I gotta check this out. Please clarify the 7 of Wands, Spirit. Please clarify the 7 of Wands for me. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Yeah. Yeah. There's conflict over finances here with the 9 of Pentacles. There is conflict over finances, but it is a happy end situation as well. Either you or this person, when they separate, they're actually going to have a good financial position either way with the 9 of Pentacles. But there's definitely some conflict going on over finances. Yeah, and this is how you're going to meet. So you're going to meet this person when there's some kind of third party situation. This is the shortest explanation, you know. If that does not resonate at all, there is a slight possibility that, like I said, this is just about you healing, you know, pampering yourself and all that stuff. And the objection or the obstacle that could come in between you and your future spouse could just be your overemphasis on finances. That could be one possibility. If the third party thing really, if you think it doesn't sound like you at all. Yeah. But I'm really getting very strong third party situation vibes here. We also have this anger and burden of tears, and we have the Lovers. There's loads of, you know, messages here. Yeah, so anyway, this is what I get from the tarot cards. Let me get some astrological cards. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. How and when will they meet their future spouse? How and when will pile number 3 meet their future spouse? Whoops. We have 11th house, community and technology. We have sextile, chance and opportunity. Cancer came out for all 3 piles, I have to say. We have conjunction, fusion, and energy. All right, conjunction already makes me think of marriage. You know, makes me think of joint assets. When we have Pluto, shadow and mysticism, which is connected to Scorpio in tropical astrology, there is a theme of transformation and things falling apart also with Pluto. But, well, let me not dwell too much. See, oh my god. There's like such a beautiful symmetry here with this reading. We have conjunction and sextile. Look at this. We have fusion and energy, chance and opportunity. So, basically, this is about your decision. See, the fact that you have the Two of Swords as the first card, this shows that a lot of this depends on your individual willpower. Like, are you going to choose to pursue this or not? You know, there's a message here of you're going to get a chance, but if you want to get something done, if you want results from this chance, you need to make an effort, right? If you do make the most of the sextile, which generally shows an opportunity, but it's a very slight opportunity, right? It's basically showing that the door is open for you, but you have to walk through it. You know, the universe is not going to arrange things perfectly for you. You know, you're not going to bump into your spouse at the supermarket, lock eyes, and know that this is the person you want to marry. It's going to take some more effort, you know? So this is why you have the conjunction here right after, I think. The confusion and energy as well. And we have the Pluto, which is transformation. It's beautiful. I'm not going to cry. I'm just getting choked up because of all the smoke from these candles. I'm going to throw them out. I was going to say out the window, but no, that would be illegal. I'm going to throw them away after this video, I think. Anyway, so we also have 11th house, community and technology, which is, see, here's the thing. You can meet this person through an online medium with the 11th house, but this could also be that you meet them through your social network. You can meet them through career, professional setting, or very specifically through extended family, especially elder siblings. Yeah, this is pretty much what I get, like pretty straight and to the point. And with Cancer, we also have the imagery of early childhood motherhood. So there could be like a mother figure involved here. Oh my god, yeah. Could even be like a child. Either one of you has children already. But this could also be about somehow maybe you meet close to home. Again, if you meet online, that makes sense because you could be at home when you meet them. But it could also be like, you know, you meet them at a restaurant or something like that. Something to do with food as well. Or any kind of activity of nurturing, maybe even self-love and pampering and stuff. Could be involved with how you meet this person. And also the energy of transformation, like I said, with Pluto. Yeah. Yeah, again, transformation, upheaval, which can, again, just mean that, you know, something has to end in order for this relationship to begin. You know what I mean? Like a third-party situation. So, another more confirmation. Tell me, Spirit, about pile number 3. When and how will they meet their future spouse? Let's see, what do we have here? This is Ketu energy. This is the co-ruler of Scorpio in tropical astrology. We have the 5th house, or the number 5, and we have Taurus, which is Venus energy. So Venus energy makes me think of the healing energy here. We have, yeah, Taurus can also be that somehow the voice is going to be really important with how you meet this person. So again, this makes me think that maybe you don't, like, you're going to meet them online. And this is really specific, but with Taurus showing up, this could even mean that you actually first hear their voice, or their voice could stand out, or they could hear your voice and somehow, you know, approach you because your voice stands out. But it's like something about the voice becomes important, or, you know, they have a very nice voice. Ketu can also show past life connection. So yeah, there could be like a strong deja vu with this person. When, like, deja vu. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to fall in love at first sight or something. It could just be that you have a strong reaction when you see them for the first time. There could be like this sense of like familiarity about them. And with the number 5, this is like, you know, hobbies and what you love to do. And oh my god, number 5 is also the you know, the 5th house is also the house of love affairs. So again, this could just show that it will start as something very romantic. as opposed to, let's say, a planned marriage or anything like that. So it can be like, it can start as something romantic. And again, the 5th house can show children because it's the house of children. So children could be involved with how you meet this person, or you could have children or they could have children. 5th house is also a house connected to hobbies and what you love to do, like I said, but it can also be connected to teaching and or dramatic arts or any kind of creative activity. So if you're involved in, like, let's say, creative hobbies, you're taking creative courses, you could be meeting like this. Also, the 5th house could be about university, you know? So it could be like you meet them while pursuing an education, courses in university, stuff like this. All right, let me get some more notes. Spirit, tell me about pile number 3. When and how will they meet their future spouse? When and how is pile number 3 gonna meet their future spouse? I think that's enough. So let me see. We have Libra. Didn't I say the 7th house? Yeah, Libra is also the sign of marriage, but let me first open all of them. We have Jupiter, yeah, because you have a lot of Jupiter with all those number 3s that came out. And we have the Sun. The Sun can also correspond to the number 5, the 5th house. We have Pisces. We have Aries. We have Leo. So yeah, here we go. A lot of 5th house, a lot of Leo, a lot of heart chakra, a lot of sun energy coming out. Let's see what the nakshatras say. We have Punarvasu, which again is ruled by Jupiter. Punarvasu is a nakshatra that is very much connected to things like teaching and religion. So again, we have like a repeated theme of teaching. Like you could meet this person at courses. We have Swati, which is very much connected to popularity, social media, visibility. We have Mula, which is ruled by Ketu. You also did have Ketu coming out as an as an energy. So this could be about research somehow, but let me just open all the notes. We have Pushya, which is ruled by Saturn and falls in Cancer, and we have Mrigashira, which falls in in Taurus and Gemini and rules by Mars. And we have Revati. Revati, I think, also came out in all 3 piles. But you also have some unique energies here. Yeah. So, with the Sun energy coming out very strongly, this is about you following your heart's desire. So, you're meeting this person when you decide to follow your heart's desire, which, well, kind of makes sense. But you're very much passionate. You're going to be passionate about pursuing this person, basically. And this also shows that you're going to be in a stage in your life where you're very focused on being authentic, developing your individuality, not compromising on what it is you truly want out of life. And, you know, maybe pursuing, it could also be like about pursuing some kind of a leadership position that's more specific. But I think for most of you, this is about following the heart's desire. So just doing things that you really love to do. Like maybe, again, focusing on hobbies, especially things that maybe you used to like when you were younger, but you dumped them along the way because life got in the way or something. This could be about, you know, very specifically, it could be about picking up dramatic arts or anything artistic. And or this could be about working with the government, something with working with the government. You or them could be somehow involved with government work with the Sun showing up, or politics. But Sun is also very strongly connected to teaching and children. So either one of you could be involved with these activities. We have Punarvasu, which, like I said, again, is a confirmation. So it's connected to teaching. Punarvasu is, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I can't, oh my god, the synchronicities, they're just crazy. I mean, this is a nakshatra that is connected to succeeding for the 2nd time at something. So, and you are, by the way, the only pile that got this nakshatra. So again, this makes me think that some of you are, you know, have been married before, or this person was married before. And or this could also be that you get together with this person after a while. So it may be that you don't get together immediately, like you meet them and it has like a natural progression, because again, there's some kind of third party situation going on. So it could be that when you meet this person for the first time, you're unavailable or they're unavailable. So it could be that, you know, there's like a break. There's a significant break in time between the moment you meet them and the moment you actually get together. For some of you, very, very specifically, this could be, you know, someone that you have already been romantically involved with. And even more specifically, if this does not resonate at all, having Punarvasu and Ketu showing up in the same reading could also just be that this is someone you have a karmic contract with. You know, someone that you are meant to have as a spouse in this lifetime. And then we have, yeah, like I said, the Mula and the Sagittarius energy makes me think of research. You also have Pluto, which is kind of connected to Scorpio and research. So either one of you could be very into research, or especially stuff like genetics. You could be into family lineages. This is really specific, but I don't know, hopefully not. I mean, hopefully not. Hopefully you won't meet this person on, I don't know, MyHeritage or 23andMe or one of these like DNA sites, because that would be weird. But I mean, you never know, it could happen. Yeah, we do have Swati also, which shows kind of visibility, which can show that either one of you maybe has significant social media energy following or something, or presence. So maybe you could meet online. Yeah, so you can meet through their social media, or, you know, through your social media. And oh my god, with Mrigashira, there's like a repeated theme also with Ketu of research. So it could just be that you are maybe in a pretty introverted state when you meet this person. And with Mrigashira, somehow nature and animals could be involved. So either you have pets, or they have pets, or you meet in a hiking trip, on a hiking trip or something. Revati also speaks of air travel. So you could be meeting in, I don't know, on an airplane, in an airport, or either one of you could be involved in some kind of profession connected to air travel. Jupiter also speaks of, there could be some travel happening as well when you meet this person, but it's not as strong as, you know, other placements. Like, there was one of the other piles that had a pretty strong message that they're going to meet their spouse maybe while traveling. But yeah, with you, I don't see it as strongly. Like, there's a slight possibility, but it's not the strongest. And with Pushya, it's like this person or you, or actually no, I mean for both of you, it could be that you meet this person, like I said, there's like an energy maybe of self-pampering here, of self-healing, self-pampering. So Pushya confirms that you may be really focused on just taking life as it comes and taking it easy, focusing on just relaxing and resting maybe, and that's when you meet this person. All right, so this is pretty much what I see for you, honestly. Pile number 3. Oh, wait, let me think. We have Aries, we have Leo. Yeah, so Aries can also just show that you, again, you know, you could be meeting this person when you're more physical, maybe going to the gym or something, more assertive. And I feel like this also speaks of your need to be assertive, because we had those like sextile and chance cards, you know, which say that, okay, you might be given the opportunity, but you also have to make an effort. And with Leo, there's like, yeah, Leo is a confirmation of you have to follow your heart's desire. So there's kind of like a similar energy here, because all of these are kind of masculine, passionate energies. Jupiter, Sun, Aries, which is ruled by Mars, and Libra, like I said, it could be that you meet when either one of you is already engaged in a different relationship or even married, you know. So yeah, all right. So this is pretty much what I see for you, pile number 3, and I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, click on the notifications bell if you want to see when I will post a new video. If you are also interested in a private tarot reading, you can check out the video description. Email me at the email that I have left there for a pricing list and reading options. And I've also left a link in the video description to reviews I have gotten for private tarot readings before, in case you're curious to see them. And if you're interested in further supporting my channel for a small monthly fee, you can click on the join button underneath any of my videos, and you can, yeah, support the channel through a small regular payment, and you will get some perks in exchange, which are detailed when you click on the join button. Also, please comment in the comment section with any feedback that you would like to give or ideas for future readings that you would like me to produce on this channel. And last but not least, I also have an astrology channel, and I mainly focus on Vedic astrology there, but I also have a background in tropical astrology, so I sometimes use insights from both of them. And yeah, so if you're curious, go ahead and check it out. Maybe subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much for listening. I will see you, and I hope to see you, at my next tarot reading. Bye!